Alright, so I'm on my video. I'm gonna shoot this video and see if it posts. Like I say, I don't know how long it can be, but I'm disturbed a little bit, and I've been staying out of it for the most part. But I have dialogue with my friends, and we have some good dialogues. And I'm shocked by some of the viewpoints that be taken, some of the closed-mindedness, some of the attacks that I see toward other black people that just have a different point of view from the other half of the black people, which is in part why we can't never make a come up together, because we disagree and don't know how to come together. So Ray Lewis is one of my favorite NFL players all time. He's up there, and his passion and his character, those things, that's what make me draw into players. And then on the fact that he is Hall of Fame good. So I'm sitting up here looking at it again after having dialogue with my friends, and the attack that Ray Lewis is getting, talking about he's not black and all this. And I just watched this video, Blue Blood, something talking about Chris Carter calls out Ray Lewis in a lie on TV. And then, the Blue Blood show his video of the commentary of the conversation they was having, and then he goes to give his own opinion. I didn't even listen to his own opinion. I just wanted to hear what the dialogue was between Chris Carter and Ray Lewis. Well, we all have our opinions, and I'm gonna try not to name call anybody or get all up in my feelings about it, but it does irk me to the fact that just because somebody has a difference of opinion, we're so quick to just shun them out and not even hear what they say, call them Uncle Toms and all this other bull crap to demean them and undermine what they're doing and what they're saying. So Ray Lewis takes two knees, and because he's been against kneeling in the anthem, he's been receiving flack for it, because he was against the protest of taking a knee. He has a different respect for that moment. So he didn't agree with taking a knee. But in the game Sunday, he took two knees. So people want to call him a hypocrite. People want to call him all this. And when he says he goes down on two knees to kneel in prayer, or to symbolize him praying, people want to say he lying. People just want to say he lying. And one of my closest friends, we share a very different opinion on this altogether. And I respect his opinion. But yeah, I say we just on two different opposite sides of it. So, he call him a boy, Ray Lewis, Uncle Tom, and I try to give him a chance. To me, it seems like a lot of people get caught up in the title of the video that they're watching. So because he says Chris Carter caught Ray Lewis lying on TV or whatever, I was wondering after I listened to the video, did he even listen to the whole video? And the reason I say that is because the whole time they on the video, Chris Carter is trying to point out, does Colin Kaepernick need a job? He should have a job and all this stuff here. And Ray Lewis is trying to tell him, that's not my issue. Is he good enough to play in the league? Ray Lewis answered the question, said yes, but it's still not his issue. He can't give that boy a job. But what he can do is pray. Now, we know Ray Lewis is a passionate man, and we know this dude is, he believes in God. So we give him that. And when he sits up and says he's doing this for, taking two knees instead of one, people are worried about what the optics look like, what it looks like. And I thought he brought up a good example. Dude say, he asked the question, how quickly have we forgotten about Hurricane Irma, Hurricane Harvey, and all these hurricanes that's been coming through? How quickly we've forgotten about that. But he said, one of the things that we do in times of crisis is we say, oh, we're going to send our prayers. We're going to pray for the situation, pray for the people in that situation. So when he dropped down to his second knee Sunday, he said he did it with a thought of praying in the midst of chaos. Well, that seems logical to me, coming from such a passionate man, especially if he's already told you his stance on kneeling during the anthem. Now, he felt like he's part of that brotherhood, and he had a sense of duty since he was caught up on the field after the coin toss to be able to be with the brotherhood and be united with the brotherhood. So when everybody went down on one knee, he took his two. So he's down, and he took his two to pray. It seemed logical to me. And it seems so, and this is what makes me a little irate, is that we look at that and we still call him an Uncle Tom because he's choosing to view the situation totally different. Ray Lewis apparently has a different mindset than most. And, you know, I've had a conversation talking about, oh, he met with Trump. What he doing meeting with Trump? You know, everybody want to get on Steve Harvey meeting with Trump. If you're not talking to your enemy, then you're preparing for war with your enemy. And even in war, in battle, they still have moments where they talk. So if you're not seeking a dialogue, then really you ain't nothing but a foot soldier. You ain't nothing but somebody that's gonna be on the front line taking that fucking bullet. Because the real motherfuckers is having a conversation on what they can do to stop the shit while everybody else is out there killing each other. So it's kind of funny to me how we so quick to condemn, so quick to call people Uncle Toms because they seeing or approaching it in a different way, in a different light. It makes no sense to have that fight. If Ray Lewis chooses to approach this differently, and he's way more active than I mean, he's as active as anybody you can ever name. When you talk about the Baltimore community and what he does for black people, you can't outdo that dude. So you can't say, oh, he's talking, he never does anything. He's on the front line doing things. They tried to bring up him meeting with Trump. He was like, well, shit, I've met with Jim Brown. I've met with this dude. I do a lot, is what he said. So what are you really getting at by bringing up that I met with Trump? I just don't understand how we get to a point to where we're so quick to condemn our own black people who are just trying to find a way. I had a conversation, and the answer is always militant. I'm down for militant because you have to fight at some point. I'm down for that. But how you get there, if all you can do is fight, you've already lost. Because at some point, like I say, you're going to have a dialogue. Somebody's going to be able to actually have to carry a conversation on to be able to communicate. Maybe it's post-war. Maybe it's post after everybody done killed each other off and it's only the last motherfucker standing. When they had that talk and they able to get an understanding on how to move forward, then that's progress. Now, how long it may last is something different. But as long as you just fighting and being militant, that's all you ever going to do. You just going to fight. You had that cousin you can call on because you knew they wasn't ready to talk about shit. They just want to fight. Point them out. And it ain't even always the right thing to do. But it trips me out because I heard people calling Ray Lewis and Uncle Tom, but yet I'm hearing some of these black people talk about being, what is it, libertarians? It's the difference between being liberal and a conservative. Uh, I heard a nigga tell me they was on both sides of the fence, and it's funny how you could say that and then call somebody an Uncle Tom when shit, it's supposed to be one way or the other. If you ask me, I believe everybody is 50-50 in some regards. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have some type of both lines down the aisle that you really can agree with and that you can see based on your experiences. But for you to sit up here and condemn any and everybody that has a different opinion from you because you can't see it, I like to think you're shallow-minded. And it's a lot of people out there right now being shallow-minded simply because they can't see or comprehend the way that somebody else chooses to do business and get shit done. Because at the end of the day, if you're getting shit done, who fucking cares? Who fucking cares that you had a different opinion on how it got done? It got done. You want black people to have equal rights and shit. Martin Luther King says peace. Malcolm X says militant. You get shit done. Malcolm X got shit done. Martin Luther King got shit done. What the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck is the disagreement? Did Malcolm X and Martin Luther King not have a dialogue, although they had very different motherfucking point of views? They had a dialogue. You didn't see them dividing each other. If you wanted to go with Malcolm X, Martin Luther King didn't stop you from going to Malcolm X. If you wanted to be with Martin Luther King, Malcolm X didn't stop you from going. He didn't call Martin Luther King soft. He may have to his face when they had the conversation, but we never heard about it. So what the fuck are we doing? Why can't we come together and be unified in a public front and have our fucking dialogues to where we can just all get on one motherfucking page, which is progress, which they made in the 60s, by the way, which is why we are where we are today, by the way. But we going about it in a way where we can't unite. We won't unite because we too worried about Uncle Tom's and all this other shit. Shannon Sharp. I listened to his Ray Lewis dispute, and they boys sound like a lot like me and my boys. Gonna love you no matter what. You know what I'm saying? No matter what kind of difference of opinion we have. But for Shannon Sharp to go on public national television and call somebody else wrong for what they choose to do without even having an understanding of what they did and why they did it, well, that's just another nigga being judgmental. So I shot this video and not even saying everything I want to say, but what it does come to a conclusion in is stop being so motherfucking judgmental and be motherfucking helpful. Can you do that? Can we do that?